Then, as we were saying, just to make it easier for Matthew, we're a half a best season off turning up for the races in wheelchairs. He's going to love that.
He's upset about the rabbits more than anything.
No, I'm not.
Anyway.
You know you're pushing shit uphill when that stuff's on TV.
Week ahead, boys, is
Plenty of racing. We'll Rosehill today, which will be
Rosehill today, Wyong Thursday, Hong Kong Thursday, which we're going to have a special offer with, which I don't know what it is, but no, Thursday afternoon. I think it's a public holiday in Hong Kong.
Afternoon, yeah. Apparently some good races too.
Yeah,
some good sprints and stuff.
Lovely. So we'll have the set.
You can buy it online as a single, or you can.
Yep. Well, there will be
single, and then Sunday subscribe to Sunday's set.
That might be the thing. Get both. But we've got to work out a special offer. But there will be a special offer for Hong Kong. Probably by the time you see this on the site. Friday night, Moonee Valley. Now, Darren Potter is more than likely going to be doing the full meeting. Just waiting. I spoke to him before the show, waiting to see acceptances. But I think we're going to be doing the full meeting for Moonee Valley.
Yep.
So again, we'll have a special offer across the weekend with Turnbull Stakes the feature, and we're doing nothing with the Caulfield meeting on Saturday because it's basically a midweek card with the AFL Grand Final down there.
So they got Caulfield on Saturday, but it's like a midweek card.
It's a midweek card. Normally that'd be Mornington or something.
Caulfield. Well, it's not.
Okay, I mean, it used to be Mornington.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. It was away.
And then when they have the Saturday Grand Final, thank God we have the Sunday Grand Final, which is great news because that means it's the end of the football season, which means we're closer to summer.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Been in the water?
A couple of times. Missed the last couple of weeks because it was cold. But
yeah, but it's fine.
Beautiful.
It's good. Yeah, we've got an extra week, extra month or two swimming, I think, this year. Epsom Day Saturday, of course. Even though the Epsom's a bit of a disappointment, always a great day. Caulfield Saturday, I mentioned, and Turnbull Stakes Day on Sunday, which is an awesome day. Remember the last time I was Turnbull Stakes Day on a Sunday day? That was the first time we did Mounting Yard Mail in Melbourne.
And I saw the 2 on the first race.
Seapoy was the one. Social media trending, Matt. You're on top of that?
Yeah, stuff.
It's great, it's flying.
No, we got nothing.
Okay, horses to follow. I'm saying Catkins if it parades with subject to parade. If she comes out and is sprightly again, I want Catkins.
No, I'm empty.
But in saying that, I could be totally opposed to Catkins too.
I think Vanbra's going to keep winning races. Probably won't be able to get on it because they'll just do my head in.
Well, that's the problem. Who's it going to run in the spring championship? Run against in the spring championship? Same field.
I'll follow Pittsburgh Flyer from the Melbourne meeting.
Pittsburgh Flyer from the Melbourne meeting.
There you go. There's something.
Held up on the fence the entire.
Something. Yeah. Haven't got much to do.
No. Okay. Cool. All right. There it is. Done.
All right.
Slaughter the quarter.
There's a lot of kids here. Maybe we shouldn't do the slaughter day, Mark.
They've been so noisy all day.
It's time for slaughter of the quarter.
That's it. Brought to you by Chinese Dave.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Now I owe Chinese Dave 300. You'll just sort that out, take that off mine. So that means we're sweet. I'm sweet with Chinese Dave.
Well, what are you in 300 for?
I just owe him 300. So yeah. So I forgot to pay him. So
he was there yesterday.
Oh well, you can sort that out for me. Just knock it off our bill, and we're sweet, Joe.
Oh, sweet Joe.
That's sweet.
It all goes round.
Yeah, it's sweet. We're square.
There it is.
You're square. Just see Glenn for it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, beautiful.
Who did we decide on one point?
Chinese Day was in Kentucky yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Back.
Lee Curtis trained it. Yeah, I said he did something with Lee during the week. How'd that go?
Yeah, it went good. Lee's a good man. He told us about the time-out training at Canterbury he was based at, and obviously Mystegic and the private steer stories as well. And no, he's good. He's a nice small stable now, but he's a good man. And have a look. It's on our website.
Yeah, Lee Curtis. Hard not to like Lee Curtis.
Hard not to like.
Bloody hell.
He parades well.
Yeah,
when he's parading poorly, he parades well.
Yeah.
And he's got those 2 horses like Press Report and Total and Jet that so hard to place. Once they finally get the right race, they'll probably put the rail in the wrong position and won't be a run on. So it's just like you feel sorry.
That is probably we talk about the problems with field sides. That void of those horses that get to that level, they basically need to be drowned because they've got no place.
Well, shouldn't they just go to Melbourne?
Well, that's a lot of the time they do.
Not good for Lee. He's only got
no, that's right. But you just need that's where you need the pull.
But he can take them to Melbourne. That's the thing.
What's
like M. de Montfort took bloody.
Yeah. Remember that horse, the leader?
Yeah, I know the one. Yeah.
Had it for about 5 years and had a share and kept him going. Started with a V or something, didn't it?
Yeah, or could have
I love that horse.
You will remember it, so I said, do you remember it? And then your mind goes a blank.
Yeah, exactly.
It's part of your life and then you just forget about it like it was nothing.
Anyway.
It's amazing, isn't it?
1.2, did we decide it was Sam Clipperton for King Kishasta? Not a super slaughter, but just that whole missed the start and then push up and then veer a little
Big
bit.
day for Sammy though too. So
Yeah, but
maybe
he's done well. He's done
Yeah, he
very
gets
well.
a point for King Kinshasa.
Yep. Glenn.
2 points for Glenn for Ocean Tempest and bracket Ocean Tempest Winetails.
And the Winetails Barramilla scoreboard, anyone keeping track of that, boys? Liam Pryor joined in the debate saying, no way known, different class of horse.
who's the better horse?
Oh, Winetails are 100 yards on Barramilla.
Because I went for Barramilla.
We're
I
Barramilla.
thought Barramilla was Winetails.
Yeah, that's right.
I am feeling very, very, very scared.
Yeah, they're the same horse.
And
In fact, I'd
running.
be surprised if they're not the same horse.
The only thing is though, I looked at the prize money and I got a bit scared, Glenn. Winetails is one about 250,000. Yeah.
Barramilla.
Barramilla was probably have to one more, doesn't it? Yeah, but
But she's 4 years older than me.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, in prize money we might not be as far in front as we think. Anyway,
Right, 3 points goes to...
It was only an interesting discussion because when we did bring it up, Mark raised his eyes to heaven like occasionally he does.
Yeah.
And I was saying, well, no, it isn't.
No.
Well, it's like when you said Vanbrugh and the Golden Road.
yeah. Probably run.
Well, I wasn't that far off.
No. Well, on numbers on Saturday, Vanbrugh beats Presto, but it doesn't beat Exeter.
But it wasn't that far off.
Yeah.
Because you sometimes, yeah, well, that's good because then sometimes I look at you and I think, oh, you got to be kidding. And as time goes by, and that's what racing's all about.
I know.
Different
it's the
opinions.
That's
They're
right.
making a cortege. Is that the word? Or no, it's not the word. Is it?
The cortege.
I don't know. Like when you like a big picture of.
montage.
Montage.
Yeah.
So it's the same word.
It's the
close.
same word. We knew what you mean.
Very close. One day montage will catch up to cortege.
All right. Okay, and then 3 points to Glenn.
Oh, ATC, come on, you
Thank
put a bar in the
you.
betting ring. Like honestly, we're going bad, but we're going bad because of field size and lack of interest in wagering.
Yes.
There's plenty of interest in drunks and sluts throughout society, and I shouldn't say sluts, because I hate that word. I take that back. The boys are more sluttier than the girls. There's plenty of time for nightclubs.
Yeah.
Let's try and stay a bit more classy and get the sport back to wagering.
The sport,
It's the lifeblood of the game.
If you want to
And if you
ignore
want to
it,
put a bar,
yeah.
it's like, would you put a bar in the middle of a skateboard ring?
No, well, I
Would you
thought.
put a bar in the middle of a
I thought.
rodeo?
I
The
thought.
stock exchange.
Would you
Yeah,
put a
that's
bar
right.
there?
Put a bar in the middle
I
of
bet you
something.
can't get a
Put
can
a
of
bar in
Coke at
Darren
the
Pearce's office, and we'll sit there and that's all right, Piercey. We're sweet. Hey, you're only
There you
got. Yeah, you're only trying to negotiate a deal with
I know,
Tilly's to
I know
sponsor
you're
the whole
after as
thing.
many dollars as you can, but there's 6 other bars within 55 yards. They'll find a drink. And the worst thing is they get them for a drink. You know what they do? Someone goes, yeah, but they walk them straight off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Yeah,
the race clubs need to get more percentage of the turnover on course. to encourage-
whatever it is, the system is stuff, and the system needs reviewing, and the whole system is stuff, but nobody seems to understand it is. Well, nobody's overseeing the administrators to say, hang on a second, boys, you're not doing a good enough job. So that's the problem.
And if someone
Nobody
fresh
knows.
does come in and say that,
Off they go.
off they go.
Well-
and it's some with board members.
Or or you get discussed at certain levels saying, oh, I want to try to shut these blokes down because you're offering a different point of view or whatever it is. So that's all.
McClintock was that horse.
Yeah.
McClintock.
No, it wasn't.
No,
really?
Clintock was the Mark de Montfort horse. that
Mark
we
de
talked
Montfort.
about.
No, we're talking
But
about
the
Lee
V
Gerson.
horse that's
Oh,
Volta Volta.
Volta Volta.
Thank you.
I thought you were talking about the Mark de Montfort
What about
horse.
I knew it was
Calvo?
me.
Calvo, he was a great leader.
Calvo.
There's Volta Volta.
Calvo would be loving it.
Volta
Volta
Volta was-
Stable Marble.
Yeah, but
Stable
I think
Marble.
Lee had a good share of Volta Volta too, so anytime he was a bit short of cash, he sent Volta Volta in.
And who was that stayer he had that always used to get back to last and work home and run a place?
Wet tracker it was.
Yeah, wet
was a
tracker.
wet
They
tracker.
sent it over to WA. Sam something?
No, I made a lot of money. I used to back it all the time. Good little sticking style. Yeah, wet tracker.
Oh, yeah, I remember it now. Yep.
All right, is that? Oh yeah. So here's the first name.
Very simple pearl, slightly cryptic. Yeah, if it doesn't make sense, don't use it. So you see a result, you go, I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like you do understand it.
I'm a big. I have massive issues with this because I like betting and I have a lot of bets, and then sometimes I'll put $800 or $1,200 or something at $7 because it's market's light, and I'm against this and I'm against that, and I've just got to put, and my brain goes, well, you know they can't win. Why are you putting $800? You can't win. And then it goes around and it never seems to win. And it doesn't really make sense. I'm a big, but for some reason, for the position I'm trying to make, I need to I need to put some more sugar in the apple pie, and the pie's there. It's all perfect. and I overcomplicate it myself.
Yeah, don't follow anything you can't make sense of.
I do it all the time, and I suppose therein lies the torture of the game.
Well, you know, we like to think that we're across a lot of it, and we are across a lot of it, obviously with hindsight.
Yeah, but we actually perceive and own none of it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, you know, we're trying to predict based on what's gone before.
How many times after the race you go, I knew that.
Yeah.
I thought that. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
How didn't I see
make
that?
sense? You know, it's that last piece of the puzzle went in, but you couldn't have made sense.
How didn't I see that?
That was,
if I knew it was going to happen, how didn't I react to that?
perfect case scenario, Cassiano lad 2 weeks ago. That was the, oh yeah, that's right. When you're on Dupum and trying to run it down. Go, oh yeah, I know, I've got none here. Yeah, here we go.
All right, it's been a really great Punter show. It's one of the most exciting periods of my life, and
That's right. Go
2
Dogs,
years.
go.
There we go.
Go Dogs, go. See you.
See ya.